All right, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown, all three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing the horror novel, supernatural thriller, Horns by Joe Hill. Now, I've started collecting the Joe Hill books as they come out. Got my whole collection here. I've previously read and reviewed Heart-Shaped Box on the channel. So if you want to see this the review of his first novel, just type in my last name to your search bar and Heart-Shaped Box. And the review will magically appear on your television screen. Joe Hill. Everybody probably knows at this point that Joe Hill is the son of Stephen King over here. It's one of the reasons I want to collect all of the Joe Hill things is because I've collected everything Stephen King does. Anyway, and the guy's a good writer. He writes good stories. He's really, really talented. Let's talk about the cover first, because you know I love graphic design and cover illustration. I really quite like this cover. It's glossy. It kind of glows in the dark a little bit. Now I do have my plastic protective cover over it, so you can't really feel the texture of the cover, but it has a nice texture. Horns, we've got the little pitchfork here. It's just cool. It's elegant. It's graceful. It's nicely done. The graphic designer did a really good job on it. I like it a lot. So what's it about? It's about Ig. His name is Ig, short for, because they always call him Ig throughout the book. I forgot what it was short for. It was short for Ig. His name is Ig. I think it was Ignatius or something like that. But anyway, I.G. Ig wakes up from a bender, a drunk, and he notices he's starting to sprout horns out to top his head. He thinks it's a hallucination. He doesn't know what's happening, right? That's how it opens, and you're kind of okay. That's kind of cool. What's gonna go? Is it a hallucination? Is he really growing horns? What's happening? How are people going to react to this? If it is real, how is he going to react to it? If it's just hallucination, what's going on? Right from the beginning of the story, we understand Joe Hill's love of pop culture. He references music, television shows, books, all sorts of games, everything that he probably grew up with. And I think he probably got his love of pop culture from his father, because you know that Stephen King puts pop culture in every single one of his books. That's why stories like Stranger Things are good. I mean, people like that. People like that. I like it. I like it when, I don't know why, but I like it when the pop culture references, you know, the fan service to just anything that's from the 80s or something. I grew up then, so I'm cool with it. I'm cool with all of the stuff that he referenced in here. And it actually belongs in the story because Ig's older brother is actually a rising TV star, so it actually kind of makes sense that they would have these kind of conversations about pop culture issues. But anyway, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is, 1 year, it's been a year since Ig's girlfriend Marin was murdered, and other things happened to her too before she was murdered that shall not be mentioned on YouTube, lest this video get yeeted right off the channel. Let's just say she was murdered. Things happened before she was murdered. This has really affected Ig a lot because he was the main suspect in the murder. The murder was never solved. People believe he did it. And people believe that, he's from a rich family. His brother is semi-famous. He's from a rich family. Did his dad just pay off, law enforcement and the judges and the court system to get him, to just get the investigation on his son stopped? There's a lot of stuff going on in this book surrounding this young woman's murder. I enjoyed particularly the flashbacks that are in here, and there's quite a few, and the fair amount of the book is flashbacks of Ig and Marin in their relationship before the murder happened. And so we kind of get to, we're jumping a little back and forth a little bit in time and stuff. But it's cool. I like it. Normally I don't like the flashback thing. It's hard to work into a story and make it seem natural. And as a writer, I've tried this numerous times to varying degrees of success. There's a project I'm working on right now, though there's some flashbacks and man, to make it work, you got to really be talented. And Joe Hill, it really does it quite well. So anyway, we've got this murder. Our main character is it's an unsolved murder. Main character is the suspect. He thinks he's starting to hallucinate that he has horns. Are they real? Are they not real? The horns grow bigger. I'm not going to give any of that away because it's part of the spoilery part of the plot. But let's just say that he also, along with these horns, starts to develop sort of a macabre-like supernatural power that I won't even discuss that either. And will he use this power? Well, he does. Let's just say he decides to try to solve this murder on his own. And that's when we spiral into even more and more darkness and craziness and weirdness and get to know things about Ig that will shock and surprise us. So anyway, my review of, that's about all I want to say about the plot. My review of Joe Hill's Horns, I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. It is a bit of a shorter read. It's only about 300, I think it's 400 pages. Let me see. 350 pages. I read it in afternoon after work one day. I mean, it's a good book. What did I say I gave it? 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10.